So, hello again to another episode of the EgoWorks Studio Artist Vlog, or Tales from the 19 Square Feet, as it could also be called, because that's how big the space is that I work in. So, wow! So this is episode 5. And I didn't realize it was so late today. So I am filming this around 8 o'clock on a Friday. This video is supposed to be uploaded already, but that hasn't been the case. I had a really off day today. I don't know. I've just been very sleepy all day. I actually took 2 naps. The second one worked out better than the first one, so didn't get much work done today. But I realized later the reason why I was so sleepy today was because the batteries of the thermostat in my house died, which means that the thermostat wasn't working, which means that the house was really cold. And I'm one of these people that I get really sleepy in cold environments. So after changing the batteries on the thermostat, the heat finally came on all day after me thinking, boy, the house is unusually cold, and never really thinking about looking at the thermostat until later. And before I get too far along into the video, hello. My name is Daphne Lage, and I'm a cartoonist, illustrator, and comic book artist from New York. I am known for my comic book series, the fantasy adventure Tall Tales, and my medieval fantasy drama, Ego Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, which is on Kickstarter right now in its last 2 weeks of the campaign. So if you want to check that out, information will be in the box below. I don't know. Did they ever say what that box is called down there? The information box beneath the video. All the information's there. And especially if you're new here, if you're hearing any background noises, it is because I share this office with a parrot and 2 parakeets, and they do whatever they want. So all the weird noises you're hearing in the background is because of them. So, we're back here on another Friday. I'm going to give you the rundown as to what I have been able to accomplish this week. The first thing that I did was I finished reading the first novel of 2025. I've been trying to make it a habit to get back into reading regularly. That's always good to get the creative juices flowing. Unfortunately, this book didn't work out the way I thought it would. The book that I read this month was War Bride. Of course, it's a fantasy, romantasy type of book that gives heavy Daenerys slash Khal Drogo fanfic vibes. And unfortunately, I found myself not as interested in the book as I thought I would be. I would have thought that the concept of war unicorns would have been completely up my alley. But the book was, I think, like just not, I guess, what I was in the mood for. So I almost finished it. I actually didn't finish it, but I'm counting it as finished. You know what? At least, I got through most of it. Yeah, I couldn't tell you why it didn't click, but, that's what it is. But at least I did read it. So that's one less book on my TBR, my to be read list, right off the list, so I can move on to the next book. So we'll see if we have better luck next month. This week, I also finished the last of my Alpha Frat Brothers Wolf series. This is a series of pieces that is based on a werewolf slash wolf shifter, wolf furry fraternity of 5 male characters that are going to center in this pinup series. I do at least have the 5 main characters, which are currently no named right now. And I have the start of a sticker series featuring them, especially with my visiting Monsterotica Con in May. My original intention is to give out the stickers to people. I want to make a t-shirt, kind of like gauge the interest in this sort of merchandise. If worse comes to worse, I know that they're working fine in the furry circles that I'm in. I'm not that concerned with how well these are going to go over. Although I would like to have that odd little bridge into the Monsterotica literary circles just to have a different audience. I have a similar, I guess, like a brother series, but it's going to be 5 unicorn guys. So I just have to finish 3 more pieces for that series. And then I can move on to the House of Bob mascot series. So I want to keep everything 5, 5, 5 characters. For those of you not familiar with House of Bob, that is my collection of spicy furry art that technically these previous pieces are going to be a part of as well. So it's just something that I'm playing around with, and like I said, trying to figure out if this type of series is feasible as odd, quirky, novelty merchandise. So we'll see as that goes along. In comic book work, I did finish page 11 of Eagle Raven issue 10. I didn't get as many pages as I want because I've also been working on the last of the commissions to my House of Bob Kickstarter. I'm on the last 3. I have 2 of them completely penciled out that I just have to ink in and then I have to color. I'm a little frustrated with myself as to how long I'm taking with these pieces. I just want to finally close out this campaign and just call it a day and move on to the rest of the commissions, regular commissions that I have. I really don't know what is holding me up. It's not like these commissions are complicated, but I do have a lot of distractions and I just have to really just sit down and focus and just do these pieces. Probably what I'll do is I'll ink them both in tomorrow just to get them done, and then do the same thing with the coloring. Just scan them in, digitally color them, and then like hopefully, by this new week that I can just finally get those done and then work on the very last piece of House of Bob. So yeah, I just have to get myself together. Sometimes, you know how it goes, the best laid plans are not necessarily the best plans to get laid. The other piece of artwork, comic book piece that I also finished was a page that I have been slowly working on, kind of like as a how to relax after all this work. So it is an actual page from Eagle Raven issue 13, and of course it's a little bit on the spicy side because that's how I entertain myself. After working on regular artwork, I entertain myself with drawing some spicy stuff just to mix it up a bit. So that's the other page that I got done for the comics. At least future me will thank me, today me, for getting those pages done so I don't have to worry about them when I finally do get to issue 13. So there's always that. So the thing for today that I want to talk about in this video is kind of, I don't know if it is an odd trend I've been noticing on YouTube. I do like to watch a lot of what I like to call the artist alley girlies. These are the mostly women, young women who do artist alleys, especially at anime conventions. And they talk about their experiences and how they do the merchandise they make. It's very, intensive. It's like these are women who've decided that they were going to make doing conventions, doing artwork and selling online their main business. Of course, as a result, they do call themselves small business owners. I mean, technically that's what they are. And the thing is of that, yeah, it's like you watch these videos, yeah, and it's like, and these are people who are making their bread and butter on working conventions and night markets and selling prints and stickers, plush animals and bags and clothing lines. I mean, it's not a casual thing, I mean, this is, it's like, especially I think that these are people who gave up or retired early from more traditional jobs in order to do this full time. And I find their processes interesting because of that, because it's like, in the end, there was this other woman that I was watching yesterday where, I mean, she was laid off 3 times in 5 years. And it just got to a point where it's like, if a regular job can't give me security, then I might as well jump into making artwork my full-time gig, because if everything's going to be unstable, might as well be unstable doing the work that I like. That was kind of like her attitude with that, and not that I blame her. It's like, if your effort at working at a corporation just keeps getting you laid off, then you might as well just try to make a go of building your own business from home, and then you don't have to worry about that. Like I said, you have insecurity in something that you like doing. Of course, the algorithm being what it is, it's going to start recommending me other people with similar interests. I don't know. It's like there just can't comes a point though where it's like, what exactly is a small business? Because, I mean, I know the literal answer is that, okay, this is a person who registered their business with whatever state or county that they live in. And, they run a business as a result, and they do their accounting as a business as a result, everything but it's like, I've been seeing some videos of people who they're just like calling themselves a small business, just because they have a cry cut and they're making stickers out of their bedroom. And it's like, oh, I'm a small business. And I'm like going, are you? You know, just because you have an Etsy shop, selling a couple of stickers on there, are you? Are you a small business? I mean, in theory, I guess you're a small business, but like the fact that that becomes how they begin defining themselves. Like every 5 minutes, I'm a small business. I'm a small business. I'm a small business. Oh, I'm running my small business. Okay, you've registered your company, but it's like you're obviously not really making enough for it to be that viable. So, because you still have like a regular job, which there's nothing wrong with that. Is it really a business, or do you just have a monetized hobby? Not that I'm confused by it, but it does get a little strange after a while. Everybody wants to say they have a business, but it's like, do you really? It's like, because the way it looks to me is like you just have a monetized hobby. You like making stickers and you're able to sell a couple here and there off of Etsy. But does that really make it a business? Is that really a small business? For as long as I have been making comics, like I said, since 1992, I'm allowing you to do the math. I've never thought of myself as a business person. I've never and I've never pretended to be one. I just self-publish comics. I do my books, I put them out there, I sell them on Kickstarter. I have a Square store you can go to. I've never ever considered myself a small business owner. It's like, no, I'm just a schmuck on the internet selling comic books. And it doesn't help when I'm surrounded by people who are in the same boat as I am, and they're like strutting around and calling themselves businesses. Oh, I run a business. I run a business. I run a business. And I'm like, you're doing the same shit I am. Are you really? I think in a strange way, I end up getting a lot of pressure from that. I decided to ask my accountant. It's like, yo, am I a business? Should I be registering as an LLC or something? It's like everybody keeps telling that I should be doing that and this, that, and the other thing. And it's like, should I be doing that? Am I missing out on stuff? Are there tax breaks that I should be taking advantage of? And right without even hesitating, she goes, "No, you are not a business." She goes, "If you were making enough money to pay yourself a salary, then I would say you're a business, but you are far from doing that." And, maybe in New York is different, but it's like there's way too many regulations and fees and that you would need to do that is so unnecessary for you at this point to go through the hassle of registering as an LLC. Like, it's not even worth it. Get to a point where you're paying yourself a salary, and then we can discuss it then. I have to admit, that was a huge weight off my shoulders. Being told that, no, you are not a small business owner. No, you are not running a business. At best, you have a modestly monetized hobby. It's like, and that's really just what you have. So it takes me out of those conversations without me feeling like I'm missing out on something. So yeah, so I just find it strange that, people start, like they get a cry cut or something, they start making stickers out of their bedroom, and like immediately they want to go straight to calling themselves a small business owner. I'm kind of wondering what's that all about? Like, why would you, like, is that like faking it till you make it? Is that kind of like related to that? That if they say it enough times, it'll manifest. If you believe in that nonsense, it'll manifest as, ooh, I said I was a small business owner, so now I am a small business owner. I mean, especially, I guess, in a market that is so oversaturated, like stationery. It just seems like every person coming out of college is like, let me start a stationery business online. So yeah, I don't know. It's like I'm just probably just being silly, even like wondering about that, because it's like, in the end, it's like people can call themselves whatever they want, right? I mean, it's like if they feel they have a small business selling stickers out of their bedroom, I mean, I'm just a schmuck on the internet. It's like, what difference does it make if I think they have a business or don't have a business? But at the same time, I really do think that there's some people who might be doing themselves a disservice by calling themselves that and putting all that pressure on them at a time when it's like they're still probably just still trying to figure out, like they don't even know what their art style is. It's like, like you're still trying to figure out like who you are creatively, and already you've put this pressure of being a small business owner on top of that, and all that entails. And then it's like the pressure of focusing everything into creating product. And I don't know, I guess that's the issue. It's like the fact that they're just coming out of the gate and they don't even know who they are, but they've already slapped this label on themselves. And I don't know, they might be doing themselves a disservice by doing that. So but like I said, that's just me. I don't know. It's just like I said, it's just a trend that I'm seeing on YouTube, and it's like, and it's just bugging me for a little bit, you know, but it's like, in the end, does it affect me? No, it doesn't affect me. It's like, if I don't me not calling myself a small business doesn't hurt anybody, and them calling themselves a small business doesn't hurt anybody either. So, but I just figure I just talk about it. But yeah, so that's what I got done this week. That's what I thought about. If you've made it to the end of the video, let's put the little sleepy emoji, the little sleeping guy emoji in the comment section, just to show, just to tell me that you made it to the end. And I don't know, it's like, and tell me, it's like, do you think that as long as you're selling stuff online, does that automatically make you a small business? Are you a small business? What made you feel you were a small business? The difference between having a monetized hobby and having a small business. Like, what was that line for you? Explain this to me in the comments, along with the little sleepy emojis. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you'd like to learn more about me and my artwork and my campaigns, you're going to head on over to my website at egoworks.com, EGOWORKS. And also remember that you can read Ego Raven and Tall Tales for free on Webtoons. Ego Raven updates every Tuesday, and Tall Tales updates every Thursday. And also, just a last reminder that Eagle Raven, Heir of the First Unicorn, issue 9 is on Kickstarter right now. We have 2 weeks left. The link is in the show notes if you want to check that out. Read it on Webtoons for free, and then catch up with the campaign on Kickstarter. So thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time.